Angel Reese playing like trash all game, but that confidence doesn't waver, I guess, right? The arrogance doesn't waver, right? We could miss layups, we could miss shots, but that confidence doesn't waver at all. I mean, look at this. Angel Reese, after going 3 for 12 on the night, at this point, she has a historic play where she elbows Dejanay out the way, and here we go. Move it, little girl. And yeah, Angel Reese talking that trash. Yeah! You guys can't stop me. I'm 4 for 13.
The current state of WNBA player conduct takes on additional significance in light of Caitlin Clark's injury, which has sidelined the league's biggest star for at least 2 weeks. With a left quadricep strain, Clark suffered the injury during the Fever's game against the New York Liberty, and the team announced 2 days after that she would be out for a minimum of 2 weeks pending reevaluation. This injury represents not only a setback for Clark personally, but also a significant loss for the WNBA given her status as the league's most prominent draw for television ratings and arena attendance. The timing of Clark's injury is particularly concerning given the increased physicality and confrontational atmosphere that has characterized recent WNBA games, while the specific circumstances of Clark's quadricep strain have not been directly linked to aggressive play by opponents. The broader context of increased physical confrontations raises questions about players' safety and the league's responsibility to protect its most valuable assets. Clark's absence from the lineup has immediate implications for competitive balance of the league and the viewing experience for fans. Her injury means she will miss at least 4 games, including potentially high-profile matchups that could have generated significant television ratings and fan interest. The fact that Clark's MVP odds shifted from 115 to plus 250 following her injury announcement demonstrates the significant impact her absence has on both competitive expectations and commercial interests.
So the WNBA might as well just name Caitlin Clark the MVP right now, because so far she's missed 2 games due to injury, and not only have the Fever lost both games, but now in this one they lost to quite possibly the worst team in the league, which just shows how important of a piece she is to that team. She's averaging 19 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds a game this year in the 4 games she played. She is super important to that team, and it's proving it that she is the most valuable player on that team.
The stark contrast between Clark's professional approach to on-court incidents and the confrontational behavior exhibited by other players has become increasingly apparent throughout the current season. During the controversial incident with Angel Reese, Clark maintained that her foul was nothing malicious and represented standard basketball play, demonstrating the kind of mature perspective that professional athletes should exhibit when addressing on-court situations. Her ability to acknowledge the foul while explaining her intention shows a level of professional communication that serves as a model for how players should handle controversial situations. Clark's injury and subsequent absence highlight the importance of protecting players who contribute positively to the league's image and commercial success. While she focuses on basketball performance and professional conduct, other players appear to prioritize creating social media moments and generating controversy that may provide short-term attention but ultimately detracts from the sport's credibility. The fact that Clark constantly fills arenas and drives television ratings while maintaining professional standards demonstrates that success in women's basketball comes from athletic excellence rather than manufactured drama.
She's going to be out for a couple weeks. Let's see how viewership does in the 3 weeks that she's out. Let's see how ticket sales go when she's out. Let's see how the WNBA as a whole comes out. Because I think they're trying to make a message to the WNBA that, hey, look, we don't necessarily have to put this woman on a pedestal. Like, she doesn't need to be treated like Jesus, Mary, Mother of God. Anything like that. But I think if the WNBA wants to go in the right way with these CBA negotiations and getting bigger and more prominent, they need to embrace change. And she is good change for the WNBA.
The graduated nature of WNBA discipline is designed to provide multiple opportunities for players to modify their behavior before facing serious consequences. However, the continued frequency of confrontations and technical fouls suggests that current penalty structures may not be sufficient to deter problematic behavior, to the fact that players like Angel Reese continue to engage in confrontational behavior despite previous incidents indicates that existing disciplinary measures may not adequately address patterns of aggressive conduct. One of the most significant challenges facing WNBA disciplinary enforcement is the apparent inconsistency in how similar incidents are treated by officials and league administrators. The contrast between the serious consequences faced by organizations for policy violations and the relatively minor penalties imposed for on-court confrontations suggests a misalignment of disciplinary priorities. While teams can lose draft picks and coaches can face suspension for workplace policy violations, players who engage in repeated confrontational behavior face relatively modest consequences that may not effectively deter future incidents. Relying on in-game officials to assess technical and flagrant fouls introduces inconsistency, as such calls are inherently subjective and can vary based on the crew or game context. This weakens the deterrent effect of disciplinary policies and leaves players uncertain about acceptable conduct the league's hesitation to enforce. Stronger consequences for repeated aggressive behavior, such as in Angel Reese's case, raises concerns that short-term attention and controversy are being prioritized over long-term professionalism and league integrity.